In this video, we're gonna give you 3 tips to better your racing. Okay, so the reason that this video is happening is because we have some racers that are going to Loretta Lynn's, and if you don't know what Loretta Lynn's Amateur National is, it is the biggest amateur national in the world. All the parents get wrapped up in it, all the riders get wrapped up in it, rightfully so. Like I said, it's the biggest. If you make it there, you are the top 40 fastest in the country. Or is it 42? I think it's 42, 41, 42, somewhere in there, right? But you are the pinnacle of the sport as far as amateur racing goes. And so I just want to give a few tips that are going to help those racers and then also help any racer if you apply these tips to your weekend goals. Tip number 1 is just going to be simply being prepared. And that's pretty much a blanket statement because there's a lot that goes into that. What I see as a mistake that most people make, say they qualify for Loretta Lynn's and that's in June for the regional qualifier, and then Loretta's is in August. What I mean by being prepared is you should have been in shape for Loretta's before the regional. And then it's just perfecting technique going into the regional. What I see is a lot of overtrained kids that aren't performing, and adults, plenty of adults that race there, that aren't performing to their expectations, so it tarnishes them mentally because they didn't peak at the right time. And what I mean by peaking at the right time is peaking with your fitness, peaking with your technique. Your fitness should have already been there at the regional. You shouldn't have been getting tired in your 5 laps at the regional. You need to be ready for 20 minutes then. You need to be ready for 20 minutes in August when the national comes. And this is the same thing when you're going racing at a lower level, when you only got to race 4 laps. You can't get in shape the week before during practice. You have to gradually make a plan. Usually that's 3 to 4 months to really get in good shape. You have to make a plan to get in good shape and then go to your race, set a goal, meet that goal. It's one of the most dangerous things that you can do is go to a race out of shape and then give it all you've got. One thing that we don't ask for very often is money, but today we want to ask for a little money. No, for real though, guys, we have a Patreon account where you can make pretty small monthly donations. I know some people can't do it, and that's totally okay. We completely support you supporting the channel by just watching and subscribing. But for those that can throw $5 towards the channel, it's just going to help us grow. It's going to help us get to other tracks in other states, better camera equipment, all the stuff. Patreon.com/the MX Factory. Check it out. Number 2 is going to be study. And a good friend of mine, Larry Hughes, he's a local Houston motocross legend back in, what is the 80s? 70s and 80s? He's still coaching these days, but that's his big thing, is study. Study the track before your motos. What I like to do in my study routine is go watch a few starts before my moto and make an assumption on where the starts are coming from, right? That may be the inside, like at Loretta's, that's typically from the box, 5 gates over on each side. Usually that start's coming in that area, okay? At your track, it may be different. Make sure you go study the start. Another good thing is to get ready a little early and go right around the perimeter of any track that you're at and see how the lines have changed since the last time you've been out there. There's nothing worse than going out and thinking that you're gonna hit a rut that's not there anymore, and or there's a surprise rut that wasn't there before and you're all of a sudden in trouble, right? So make sure you get your eyes on all the track that you can and start going through that as you're going up the starting line. Start running through your race in your head. Pick your lines before you even go out there. Tip number 3 is gonna be making sure that you warm your body up before you go on the track. There's nothing worse, and if anyone here that's watching this have worked out, you know the first 10 to 15 minutes of every workout you've ever done is the most miserable, but then after that, feels pretty good, right? It's the same thing. Your body goes into almost a shock when you go from resting heart rate, relaxing on the line, chilling, to max heart rate as soon as the gate drops. Your body's like, whoa. So it's now in fight or flight mode. And fight or flight mode produces the anxiety that helps us make the mistakes that we don't want to make, right? So you want to make sure that you do whatever you're comfortable with, whether that's 15, 20 minutes of jumping jacks, whether if you can bring a rower to the track, if you can bring a bicycle and you can spin around. The key to this is getting your heart rate up and spiking your heart rate up to the level where you're gonna race, which is almost max, for at least a minute a few times, and then warm down, spike it back up. Basically, you're letting your body know that it's okay. I wanna be in this mode, okay? Don't let your body just, surprise, surprise, you know, here we are. You got 40 other people that are trying to kill you, and at the same time your body's going in overload. Make sure you warm up. It's almost the most important thing that you can do that most other people aren't gonna do. Guys, let us know in the comments if you want more racer tips. We've got a plethora of them. Been racing for 25 years and give tips for days. If you like this, make sure you give us some feedback down below. All right, that's it. That's all you're getting for today. That's racer tips. I hope it improves your next race. We got plenty more videos over here. Don't forget, at the MX Factory is our Instagram. We're dropping tips there. It's great. You should go visit it. You really should right now. Like, subscribe. The channel helps a lot. And don't forget to visit our Patreon account. Link in the description below if you want to check that out. Peace.